Welcome back to part two MCW podcast. We just covered Monday Night Raw. Now we're going to get into Friday Night Smackdown. I'm going to be 100% real with you. Only notes I have from this match is LA Knight and Santos Escobar.
Ooh, it's gonna be a fun cast. So
So
SmackDown, SmackDown
the
was
only,
good. It was a good SmackDown. Two SmackDowns before SummerSlam.
yep, that's the main thing I'm excited for. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up the SmackDown results.
Yes, but to your point though, the LA Knight, I have it up on my TV right now. LA Knight versus Santos Escobar, the leader of El Fantasma, or El whatever.
Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah, you know what I really call them? The evil LWO,
Yeah,
which is awful. Which is just
I
awful.
mean, it's what they are,
Yeah, but just calling them
essentially.
evil LWO is just.
It's
I
not the
forget
best thing to call
El
them, but
Gardo. What is El Gardo?
Legado del Fantasma.
Legado. Cat.
Legado del
Legado
Fantasma.
del
Yeah.
Fantasma. They've had all these cool videos backstage of drinking wine and stuff. The story of him having the LWO tattoo, taking it off. I can't remember their name for nothing. Legado. He got an LWO tattoo, Santos. Then he got to cover it up. Right?
Alrighty.
Commitment to the gimmick.
That's a MJF all in tattoo right there.
Oh boy, AEW. You know what? AEW didn't make it to the last podcast, so.
I mentioned them briefly. No hate though.
No, you always
No
have to
hate.
hate towards AEW.
I will. They
The
got a new.
wrestling style.
They real quick. I just want to touch on. I just want to see if you've seen it. Did you see MJF's new title that he debuted?
Yeah,
You saw it.
Twitter. I mean, I heard about it. I didn't see it, but the American
Uh,
title, right?
yeah. It's straight up. The strap is the American belt, the American flag, and he completely changed all the side plates to say like the best country in the world, and the UK knows it. And then he said like the only country that matters on the other side or something like that.
Mm.
And he debuted it while playing like the generic the Patriot song. He played that, and he had red, white, and blue like streamers shoot out from from the ring posts. Had an American flag drop down from the top of the stadium, but his face was the stars.
Good. Thank God. I'm glad he added that.
Oh,
People can't just be like America.
yeah, yeah. He was very much like America, but like my America. It was funny. The belt is fucking ugly, but
Right. He's healing it up. That's what I'm hearing.
yeah, he literally changes every AEW title he gets. So.
He wins them often. The fuck.
When he was AEW champion, he changed the AEW championship to have like the Burberry scarf design on the
That's fine.
belt. That was fire.
He didn't get sued for that.
No, because it wasn't like it's a common pattern. It's basically just a plaid pattern, and you just got to basically just like you could have it, but you got to he wears it all the time, but you just got to change you just got to change like the color of like certain stripes so it's the same colors but like in a different pattern essentially,
Hmm.
or in a different like overlapping way where you don't get sued for it. But yeah, he had it. He he changed that title. He changed this title. He didn't change the tag titles when he won with Adam Cole, but
MJF decorated AEW vet. Shout out to him. But screw
mhm.
AEW outside of Mercedes Monet and whoever she's teaming up with now.
I
Whoever
look you. I mean, I don't know who she's teaming up with.
she's teaming up with somebody. But two,
I look you want to buy that belt, the
what?
AEW belt, the replica belt. but it's $800, and I'm not spending no fucking $800 on
What?
that fucking belt, bro.
On the MGF belt?
No, just a regular AEW title belt.
MJF belt?
Nope, the regular AEW, the regular black AEW title belts, $800 for their replica belts.
How much does WWE belt cost? Like what, three?
Five
Okay.
for the replica, it's five for the commemorative, where it's like it's a replica, but it's not as like not as much effort put into it. It's like 250, 200.
Yeah, because at one point I was definitely trying to get an IC belt for one of my fantasy leagues. But I'm like, no,
Mm-hmm.
if I buy this, I'm just gonna have it. I'm not gonna. The winner gets to have the belt. No, I get that.
Yeah, I want to get the world title and the undisputed title and the IC title. Those are like the only belts I really want right now. There's a few other belts that are dope too, like the blue strap winged eagle. That one I want. There's a lot of cool belts on there, but they're all like $500 a piece. So
Woo! Soon,
yeah,
soon,
soon.
soon.
I've been saying that for a while, but soon, because I never get myself to that point of paying that. But
I mean, it's not a small number. Half a stack. A lot
that's
of
an
things.
Xbox. That's how much my Xbox was.
Right. A lot of things can
I use
be.
my Xbox every day. I ain't using that title every day.
We can put it on Instagram, make your default picture.
True, true. Good.
Oh,
Um, Speaking of AEW, kind of related but also not. Brian Danielson is now his contract is up August 1st, but
yes.
he's still scheduled for All in Wembley on August 25th for against Swerve for the AEW World Championship.
He's gonna sign an extension.
He said he's done. He said he thinks this is the last pro contract he's going to sign because he made a promise to his he made I mean to be fair he said he made a promise to his daughter, I think, that by the time she turns 6 years old or something like that, he's going to be done because he wants to kind of actually be involved in his kid's life.
16 years old.
Nah, I could see it. I think they're just going to do the same thing with that um, Moxley did, where he was champion and he could have shown up. He was champion, but he was the interim champion after Punk, but he wasn't signed to a contract. He was just doing the events for them just to do them, but he wasn't signed to a contract with them at that time. And then he re-upped his contract later on in the summer. But there was rumors of him like appearing at SummerSlam and stuff, and they were like he could do it because he could do it and not be in violation of any contract because he's not under contract with them or anyone, but he just didn't do it. So I think he might just do the same thing. I think Brian will just do the same thing where he just doesn't, like, everyone's like, oh, he could go back to WWE, but I'm like, he's not gonna do that, bro.
No, no, he's
I
not.
think he's just gonna chill.
Yeah, WWE had him lose by getting stacked up with Edge. He's definitely not coming back.
Vince McMahon had him lose by being stacked up with Edge.
Still happen. But let's get to SmackDown. So that was the
Yes,
opening
sir.
match. That was the opening match. Mr. Elgato, Jesus Christ, Mr. Legato
Mm-hmm.
versus LA Knight.
Leader of the Legato versus LA Knight.
But that wasn't the opening segment, though, was it? The opening segment was the Bloodline and Nick Aldis, and the
Eli.
announcement,
Was it?
mm-hmm, and the
Oh, okay.
announcement that our guy, the other Tonga,
The good one.
can't participate. And the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, will replace him. Which, and to your credit, you did say that the Bloodline's probably going to win that gauntlet match. We're going to get to that in a second. But it kind of foreshadowed them being at least involved in the finish of the gauntlet match. Because Jacob
Mm-hmm.
Fatu has been nothing short of a beast.
And
Yes.
I was kind of curious because I was like, they're not gonna have the Bloodline lose at first because that's the thing when you texted me and you were like Jacob Fatu in tag team action. I was like, fuck am I missing? But I literally turned the show on and it was the LA Night match and I was like, this has to be the first match of the night. What did
Yeah.
I miss?
Yes.
So that's obviously what I missed. But leading up to it, I was like, they advertised Tongaloa for the longest time being in that spot, and so I was like, yep. And so I was like, oh god, do I really want to see him in a gauntlet match right now?
When it was WWE, that's what they had to. Nah, actually, I'm gonna gouge your eye out, buddy, and you're just gonna be
Yeah,
sideline for the foreseeable future.
good call.
Great call. What? Let's see the werewolf. Get out of here.
But like the thing is, the problem with that is that I want Jacob to be singles, but at the same time, I could see why they put him in tag because even when he becomes a singles competitor, you can't have him be the singles competitor and then not have Solo win, but have Jacob win because then
Right.
it's like, fuck, they should have put Jacob in the match against Cody. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Jacob can clearly win a singles match, a singles title, so I get why they put him in there, and I think that him and Tama Tonga also are very more like aggressive and more believable versus one-eyed Cotton Eye Joe over here. Hey man, that I will always defend those chops because that is a style of wrestling that they do over there sometimes. I don't know why it's corny. The one thing I won't defend is his delayed debut, his botched low blow, and his botched 619. I don't know why the hell he thought he could do a 619, but
It's all beautiful. All his botches.
yeah,
And he's so unintentionally hilarious of all of it.
yeah.
But to the match, LA Knight gets the dub.
Hmm.
Um, Logan Paul runs some interference. Doesn't matter. LA Knight still overcomes with
Yep.
blunt force trauma. BFT bomb on your head top. 1, 2, 3. And it was a good match, competitive throughout. A little bit of cheating from
Hmm.
boy Santos's girl. Yes, that's what
Electra,
his name's.
Electra Lopez.
Electra Lopez.
Yeah.
But LA Knight gets the win. I didn't like that he got the win personally. I'm like, that's a little bit too much interference from the win. Looks like a superhero right then. Should have lost to me. But then after he gets the W, he gets beat down after the match. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, beat down achieved. But I guess he couldn't lose.
You can't have him lose right before SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah.
All the interference is like, super LA Knight on the way. But
Yep.
because he can't lose for SummerSlam, but maybe just maybe have Logan Paul come on after the match. B minus for me. What are your thoughts?
B minus is fair. It wasn't anything too special. It wasn't bad.
Right.
Um, it fit the story of where they were going with it. I
Mm-hmm.
like the Logan Paul interference. I like that he's showing up more now before SummerSlam too. It's not just like he shows up once or twice and then doesn't show up until SummerSlam. And he'll be there too next SmackDown too because they're going to be in Cleveland again too.
Oh,
So
it's gonna be a SmackDown. Oh, like,
hey man,
it's really ridiculous.
hey man,
I'm not like an old curmudgeon person either. I don't hate part
he
timers or Brock Lesnar. This is gonna have a 300-day reign with the U.S. title belt, and it's a big deal when he's on SmackDown.
he's the third longest reigning United States champion with two title defenses going on three.
The third one gotta be the last one, man. LA Knight has to take that thing off of him.
And I honestly don't even remember who he defended against.
Exactly. Did Ricochet even get a rematch? Oh, it's
He
Kevin
beat
Owens and
he beat
Randy Orton at Mania.
so that's one.
Hopefully Ricochet got a rematch.
Well, he didn't beat Rick. Oh, maybe he defended against Ricochet.
Dog, he 1000% beat Ricochet for that thing.
No, he beat Ray. He beat Ray at Crown Jewel.
Mm, that might have been a defense. Or it might have been the first time he had it.
He beat Ray. He beat Ray for the title. I don't know. I don't know
No,
why.
he beat Ricochet for the title too. I think we need to look this up.
He
'Cause
might have
I remember,
defended against Ricochet. Let me see.
yeah, I remember
Crown
Ray.
Jewel.
He's like he told Smith Urban, you're gonna say my name after I beat his ass." I was like, all right, man, you guys taking stuff to the upteenth level. Ricochet gonna be in hell to have this man lose to Logan Paul. And
Yeah,
Charlotte,
I think that might. I don't even know if that was a match then for real. That might have just been a SummerSlam thing. Yeah, he beat Rey Mysterio. He beat Rey Mysterio because was that when Santos threw the brass knuckles in? I think it was. Santos left the brass knuckles on the apron and Logan still picked them up and hit Rey Mysterio with the brass knuckles to win. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And then that set up the Santos turn on Rey. And then his title defenses was against Roman or not Roman. It was against
mm-hmm.
um Kevin Owens. Oh, his first one was against Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. He beat Kevin Owens by DQ because Kevin Owens used the brass
Brass
knuckles and the
knuckles,
ref saw him.
just to hit him.
Huh?
He used the brass knuckles just to hit him.
Yeah. And then the ref caught him. So then he won by disqualification. And then he beat Randy and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 40. So that his match against Ricochet was at SummerSlam, I think.
Right. I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at his now. I'm trying to see. I guess it might have been a title defense
What?
with Ricochet and him, but
No, he didn't have the title back then. I think they were just stemming off of their Royal Rumble spot. And then that's what it was. It was from the Royal Rumble to the Money in the Bank ladder match last year,
okay.
where he did that spot where he did the backflip and put Logan through the table. And then they had a match at SummerSlam again. And then from SummerSlam, they went to Saudi Arabia, and Logan won the title against Ray. And then didn't defend it until Royal Rumble and then until WrestleMania.
Pathetic.
Yeah,
Pathetic.
there's not much defending to do there. I mean,
Right. Poor
don't
Ricochet.
get me don't get me wrong. He's a good athlete, but Logan Paul's a great athlete. He adapts. He adapted to the sport of pro wrestling well and quickly, but he did not adapt to the presence of like being a defending champion in a way.
Wait, who didn't adapt?
Logan. He adapted to the ring well, but he didn't adapt to like his matches. I've never had a problem with his matches. I think the only thing I have a problem with is that they always end up coming down to like brass knuckles, which is I think is just corny. He's literally like a MJF with a MJF uses like a ring to punch people a lot.
No, no one saw MJF. I've seen him wrestle a bunch of times.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the matches they try and do a lot of like DQs where he tries to like cheat and use the same tactics to win. Because MJF did he used brass knuckles, I think, and he used the dynamite ring a lot. He just used the dynamite ring recently. He used the ring to beat what's his name, Osprey for the championship.
And they're a 60-minute match?
Yeah, the final seconds he used the dynamite ring, punched Osprey in the head. and then pinned him. That's how he won the title. After a 60-minute match, he had to use a dynamite ring, the big old gold and diamond ring to beat him.
Kind of cool, honestly.
Yeah, but it's like I've seen him use a ring before to win matches and stuff, and it's kind of like the same thing with Roman and like the ref bumps that he always had in his matches. I'm like, bro, it's the same thing. It's like Roman said, it's the
Oh,
same thing over and over
always
and
kind of
over.
strong. I
It's
watched
like
him
missionary.
beat Cesaro without any ref
Who?
bump. Watched him beat a few
Who?
people. Roman. Watched him beat a few people without any ref bumps.
Okay. A few people.
Yeah.
A few is like three. That
Yeah.
ain't a lot. I'm pretty sure they had a ref bump in their triple threat match at WrestleMania when it was already a triple threat. You don't need to have a ref bump.
But we're off the trail here. Let's get back to Smackdown. After that opening match, the next segment was a
Mid.
Naomi interview. Come on, it was a
Oh,
Naomi.
it was the Naomi interview. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it was
still
a
mid, but
Naomi interview. It was a pretty cool segment because as Jesus, I'm getting a little. It's late. I'm tired. Sorry, guys. We're recording this at 11:45 Eastern time, PM. It's past my bedtime. What Brian? What's his? He used to be on commentary.
Byron Saxton.
Byron Saxton. There we go. Byron Saxton is interviewing Naomi, and Blair
Mm-hmm.
Davenport's in the background the entire time, bro. Just like she's
I
in
didn't
the
even see
background
it.
sitting, watching it. And it's amazing. It's like, oh, she's gonna stalk Naomi. This is gonna be incredible. She doesn't even see her behind her. And then after her interview, she's like, I'm gonna get my payback, yada yada. Naomi, Bianca and Jade come out, talk to
Yep.
her. Let her know, oh, you gonna handle that? Yeah, I'm gonna handle that. Yada
I
yada.
know that's right. Cringe.
Right, we'll have to go there,
Cringe.
get our tag team titles back. It was not crazy. It was a great segment. I'm going to total opposite. It was a great segment. Then, the number one contenders, the true tag team champions, go out there to the middle of the ring, call out the current champs, the fake champs, Isa,
Cringe.
Isa and Alba, call them out. They respond, and Bianca and Jade beat them up anyways. They jump from
Let's
behind and they beat
let's
them up
let's
anyways.
be let's be real. Jade beat them up.
Bianca was there doing her thing.
Jade beat them up.
Wow, so you're not giving
Jade threw
Blair
one of them out of the
up.
Jade threw Isla out of the ring and then picked up Alba and threw Alba on top of Isla outside the ring.
Yes,
Jade's doing all the heavy lifting.
I see what you're doing here. You're trying to draw a wedge between Bianca Belair.
They're leading to that anyway, but it's like stop making them be fucking Wonder Woman and Supergirl, bro. I've had enough of this shit.
They are Wonder Woman, Supergirl. They should win all their matches.
It's
They should be
corny.
dominant.
It's
It's
corny.
amazing.
It's
Get
goofy as
win it
hell.
or get lost.
I'm fucking lost.
Yeah, just like the show Lost. You're lost.
Yep. I'm off the grid.
So
I'm in the universe. Gone.
so what was your favorite part of this segment? Of the whole the backstage, Naomi back. Well, you didn't see the Naomi part, but the Belair and Jade calling out Isa and Alba. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part is that Isla and Alba attacked them from behind.
Okay, that was cool. I like that.
That's about it. That's literally it. Everything else just turned into superhero mode, and I was like, stupid, bro.
So, what grade would you give this segment?
A fucking C.
I'll give it a B plus. Boo! Boo to Jordan's grades right now. Boo! All right, so we're gonna move forward. We're gonna move forward. Excited. I'm excited for the tag team. Like we said in our part one of today's show, They don't really care about the tag team titles like
Nope.
that.
That's why I'm also just like, this is stupid, bro. This is like Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler all over again. You don't know what to do with the tag title, so you put it with the most overpowered tag title. You put the most overpowered team into the title picture. Like, bro, stop. Just stop. Leave it alone, bro.
I mean, you can criticize that, but can't criticize Bianca and Jade being awesome.
They're mid. A storm is coming.
I mean, he's cosplaying Storm. Well, after that, we had the big match of the night, tag team gauntlet match for the number one contender. And they already teased
Uh-huh.
Jacob Fatu and the Bloodline, being Jacob Fatu competing, so we had that to look forward to. But the first two combatants, oh boy,
Apollo Crews and
so
Baron
the
Corbin
Phantasma,
versus Legado del Fantasma.
yeah.
Um,
And take it away, Jordan. Take it away. Your thoughts on the match?
not gonna lie, I didn't really tune in for this one because I don't really care about Legado.
I
Baron
care
Corbin
about
and
Baron
Apollo Crews.
And now that Apollo Cruz has lost his Nigerian accent, I can rock with him again. What's it feeling that?
It was a good match. I expected them to get the win. The win. If they didn't get the win, I would be very like irritated.
Well, they didn't get the win last week against the same team, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I expect them to get the win this week. Because I'm like, if they didn't get the win this week, then it's like, why'd you make them a tag team, bro? Just get them off the TV.
See, what I was
Take them
thinking
off
was
TV.
they'll beat Phantasmo in this match, right? Legado, they'll beat them, and then
Mm,
Legado will cost them the next match. That didn't happen. They just lost straight up to the Street Profits, who were the next,
yeah.
which it was a fun match, exciting. The Street Profits kind of reminded people that were awesome. Not sure why.
Apollo got dropped on his head.
Who? Apollo, yeah.
Apollo
By Montez Ford, yeah.
dropped on his head.
He got right up to, and not only did he get dropped on his head, his knee hit his face.
Mm.
Yeah. But outside of that, he got right back up, kept going. It was a fun match. Ends with pretty sure a double team move. Ford and Dawkins double teamed Apollo Cruz. Sounds a little bit crazy, but yeah, that's what happened. 1, 2, 3. I think a spine buster, something combination. It looked awesome though. Then the
I
next,
think it's one of the finishers. Yeah.
yeah, then the next match, Pretty Deadly comes out, and Pretty Deadly had just fought these guys like 3 weeks ago, I believe, and they lost to them. They and they came out, and it was they did a lot of damage to Montez Ford's leg, but they eventually they do a lot of damage to his leg, but eventually the Street Profits overcome them. But again, like I love the psychology of the match. They targeted his leg, they
Mm-hmm.
isolated him, they kept Dawkins out of the match, but when Dawkins was in the match, he was doing work.
I I didn't really pay too much attention to the tournament just because, or the
Mm-hmm.
match, just because I knew you knew who was entering last, so I was waiting for that
Right.
last
I
team
knew
to come
Bloodline was
in.
going to finish. I was actually so after Pretty Deadly was thing,
Uh,
see, and I
I
was
see.
kind of upset about that. I was like, all right, the Bloodline's gonna come dead last with Jacob Fatu. Give the Street Profits a little bit of a chance at it, but
Yeah.
sure enough, they came out and OC came out. They lost via roll up. Dawkins rolled up. What's his name? It's not Festus. Can't believe you call that man Festus though. So
Gallows.
Gallows. So
Luke
messed
Gallows.
up on that man Festus.
Yo, this is what
And then
is fest.
Bloodline comes out.
Oh man. Yeah, and it was
All
raps.
four of them.
It was raps. They all came out to Jacob's music too, which I thought was funny. Which
Yes.
I'm kind of like, I think it's like that's where I kind of think it's corny because it's like looking out the Jacobs music, but why does Solo have to be in the front? Like, why is Solo leading? I get it, but like Solo, you can be you can also play it where Solo doesn't walk out and lead them, but he lets his henchmen walk in front of him to do like he's watching to see them go do what he wants them to do. Solo doesn't have to lead them every time they come out.
I love that point. Counterpoint, he's not ready, right? That's like Cody Rhodes had an interview later on in the night. And he kind of hints at that, like, I don't think you're ready. You're doing all this
He's
extra
not.
stuff, being a wild boy. You're not ready. I fought Roman,
Hmm.
beat Roman. You're not ready. And he's not ready for it. So he's doing all this extra stuff, making sure he's seen. I'm in charge. Look at me. I'm in front. To your point, you definitely hang back and let them cook. But he wants to be seen, wants to be in the mix, wants to let everyone know I'm in charge.
Yeah, and
So, so
that is a valid point. I think that's definitely what they're trying to play into. I
yes,
just think it's like I just want to get Jacob Fatu's entrance. Like I just want to see him do his entrance again, like how he did when he had that. So exactly when he did that first entrance where he what was it the acknowledgement ceremony where he came out on his own, and that's when he first saw his entrance and he came out. It was just he just has like
it was
I
a
hate
10.
to I hate to use the word
Use it.
because it's such like a
Use it. It's okay.
Jacob Fatu has the aura of a tribal chief. I
Mm.
hate using the word aura just because it's one of those words now that just gets played out by the yeah, yep.
Yeah.
It's another Riz type of situation,
Yes.
but Jacob Fatu
Praise
does
God.
yeah. If there was a definition of aura, it would be Jacob Fatu because he just has that presence. You feel the energy in the room change. You feel like he brings that intensity, whether it's his face, whether it's just his body language, and then you see his in ring work, and you're like, oh, no, like he's actually like
He's him.
he's yeah. I was gonna say he's him, but I was gonna not take Carmelo's thing, but he's yes, he is him. He's literally
You
like
can never take away from Melo. Melo don't miss, baby.
damn. I guess he does. He missed against Andrade last week, but anyway, uh,
He didn't. Oh, actually, so let's talk about the bloodline because Melo addressed that. He perfect explanation for why that happened.
did he address it?
Yeah, he did. So Bloodline versus Street Profits. Winner faces DIY, not in Cleveland, well, in Cleveland I guess, but not on the SummerSlam card. Which
Yep.
what are we doing? Jacob Fatu showed out. He hit a moonsault.
He's
He hit something over
essentially the pretty
over
what
the top
against
rope against Dawkins. Like, he had a moonsault
yeah.
on Ford too, but he had something crazy on Dawkins on the outside. Montez Ford hit him with a DDT, and that
Oh,
turned.
he did a he just did a suicide dive through the ropes to the outside to take out Dawkins.
Okay,
That's what it was, yeah. And
suicide,
then he
suicide dive to the outside, and then he hit
and then he
Montez Ford
like
with a crazy Samoan slam after getting DDT.
yeah, I that's the thing where I was like, I don't know if they even Corey Graves just sounded like he was like a little confused, but it also sounded like he was trying to sell the fact that like he hit the DDT. Like you know when they do a move sometimes and it's like you can't tell who's trying to execute it.
Yeah, get to what happened.
I at first I thought he just like hit a spine buster, but then Corey Graves was like he was like Angel he was like Montez Ford with a DDT, but it kind of just sounded like he was either confused or he was just selling the fact that Jacob wasn't selling the move.
Exactly. I think it was the
And
second.
that's what I think it was. But the way it just like came off, it just seemed like weird. But then like he literally then throws him, does the Samoan drop, and he has the best Samoan drop by far out of everyone. And then yeah, he just
Let's wait
fucking
till Roman comes back. You see Roman Simone drop again.
Roman Samoan drop is not compared to Jacob's. It's not even close. Not even
I
close.
would for my tribal chiefs to come back.
It's not even close. Jacob launches them in the air and catches them midair. Roman does not do that. Roman is more like a scoop and then drop. Jacob, he'll Jake was nice with it, and he puts his body weight all on top of them. He drops him, so he's like, so you can feel that shit.
with some umph.
Mm-hmm.
Montez Ford had a crazy moment in this match, where he jumps from inside the ring, flat-footed in the ring,
Mm-hmm.
over everything, over the
Mm-hmm.
turnbuckle, over the metal station, over everything, onto like a group of competitors. Very similar to what man, the young OG, Mr. Evans from
Yep.
NXT. Very similar to what he did, but Montez is doing it after 4 gauntlet matches. He still has enough juice to pull that
Yeah.
move out. Incredible.
Montez does that move. I won't say frequently, but he pulls it out a lot more than I would like him to. Because he's only ever really in tag matches, and I feel like he does it a lot in tag matches. Um, the one thing I hate about that move that I normally it's the one thing I normally hate about all tag team matches is that if you're doing that move, bro, why are you doing it on top of your teammate as well? Like Dawkins was literally in the front taking that move, and then the two of them were in the back
The
getting the
better
tail end
question
of it.
is, why doesn't Dawkins just get out the way?
That's what I'm saying. Why are you taking that move? Just move.
Right. Montez Ford is doing Montez Ford is doing what he has to do. And personally, I like Dawkins a lot. But either they need to give him more time or he needs to step it up. I feel like he's dragging Montez down.
I think the problem with Dawkins is he's very similar to not Carl Anderson, but Luke Gallows. He's big, but he's slow.
You think he's slow? I don't think he's slow.
For the speed that his partner goes at, yes. If they were both at a faster rate of speed, they'd be unstoppable. Jacob Fatu is 10 times faster than Dawkins is, and Jacob Fatu's bigger than Dawkins.
I don't know about that.
Jacob Fatu was like the size of Umaga, still moving fast, and when he was in like the Indies.
Remember, they said
Jacob
he's
Fatu,
30 pounds. Maybe Indy 5'2", but not.
even now, I still think he's bigger. I think he just has more muscle mass. I think that's the difference. Dawkins has a gut.
Dawkins can still. He looks like he can still play football. Like,
That,
so,
that's the thing. I feel like he's got the football body. He's got like the
yeah,
linebacker build.
like Dawkins, yeah, he's not
You got the
as
muscle,
fast as
but
Montez
it's
Ford.
hidden.
He's not slow. Like to me, I want them to feature him more because he does a lot of cool stuff. In the
He
Gauntlet match you saw,
does,
he
but
emptied the bag. He has a lot of cool like moves in his bag. His special's kind of cool. How he hits his splash in the turnbuckle's cool. He leapt over a couple of people, just straight up hurdled them mid match. Like running the ropes, just hurdling people.
yeah,
Uh,
like how you do like the normal like you run the ropes and you like leapfrog over somebody, but he like does a hurdle instead of a leapfrog. Yeah,
yeah, his bag is kind of deep. I think they need to feature him more because it doesn't make sense that Ford does all this cool stuff and Dawkins doesn't. It's like, why is he your partner? It's like, oh, you guys both do cool stuff. But Dawkins never gets featured in it.
Montez is better. Montez is more of a believable main single star too than Dawkins is.
That might
I
be a
feel like that's why they. I feel like that's why they feature Montez more than Dawkins.
oh no, they should feature him more, but I'm saying Dawkins should like if you watch like the earlier Gauntlet matches, he should do that stuff all the time. It's not usually like that. Where like he's doing his spine buster, he's hitting his turnbuckle splashes, his signatures. He's not usually booked that way. It's usually I take a brunt of punishment. Or even Montez takes
Mon-
one brunt of the punishment. I get a hot
mm,
tag, fight for a little bit, and then tag in Montez for the splash, kind of.
yeah,
But
I mean,
So for what you've seen in Gauntlet match, though, what is your grade? What is your grade? I'll go first for this. I give it a B plus, only because you could have had the Bloodline out a little bit sooner. Kind of just killed any suspension of disbelief that they could lose. But I give it a B though. B plus, honestly. B plus, just because I'm nitpicking, but I like the match a lot. I hate that the Street Profits have to lose again though.
I give it an A plus.
Ooh, you like how the Bloodline cleaned up at the end.
Hmm. And I think too, there's not really. It would have been. I see what you're saying. I agree too. I wish the Bloodline could have came out a little bit sooner. But seeing the teams that were involved, if you have the Bloodline come out sooner, the Street Profits don't seem as. Even if the Bloodline was out there for the length, like say the Bloodline and the Street Profits were reversed in their entrance into the match. If I'm seeing the Bloodline do this, and I'm like, the Street Profits aren't going to beat them. I personally still wouldn't think the Street Profits would beat them. They're a great tag team, but I don't think the Profits would beat them. I think it gives the Street Profits more of a because then I think it's a negative connotation where the Street Profits are like, damn, the Bloodline has been in this match for so long, and the Street Profits still couldn't beat them because the Bloodline was going to go over anyway. So if you just have the Street Profits be the last and most fresh and probably the most like versatile tag team out of the entire match, and the most like I won't say the most established because you got like the OC in there,
Them
but
going
like
last
them
hurts.
going last would hurt them more. Yeah, because they're the freshest, and the Bloodline is more worn down, but they're still gonna run through them. Versus like if you had the even if you had the Bloodline come out like sooner, it would still hurt the last tag team because it's like they already had the Bloodline just defeated the Street Profits. No one thinks that the OC coming in last is gonna win. Well, let's be so for real. There's no point in saving like the OC last. There's no point in saving Pretty Deadly last. There's no point in having any of those other teams last.
That's when you shock the world.
And do what?
A storm is coming.
What?
And then I'm on
What the fuck are
my
we talking about?
own. That's when Bianca and Jade come out and fight the Bloodline. Beat them clean. 1, 2, 3. Listen. Bianca
What the
pins
fuck?
pins Tonga Loa or Tonga
Oh,
whatever Tonga it is. Yeah, Bianca pins him clean. 1, 2, 3. And the internet explodes.
bro.
I'm just joking, but can you imagine though?
I would have turned the TV off.
No, you would though. If you would have lost your mind, what are they doing?
Yeah, I would have lost my mind and broken my TV.
Maybe that, yes.
I would fully expect Jacob Fatu to kick the living shit, super kick the living shit out of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
He never gets in the match. He's on the sideline the entire time. All he does is break a
Why?
because the best
Why?
SmackDown is smart. And they make
Nah,
sure not to let
nah,
him in the match.
nah.
But
Jacob
anyways,
would just get in the ring and drag him to the corner and then tag himself in.
look, I took us way off course. Let's get back on course. You gave it an A, I gave it a B, or B plus, A plus. After that, we had a couple of talking segments, and one of them was the man who don't miss talking to Charlotte's husband. El Idolo. Honestly, I forgot his name was Andrade in the moment. I'm not gonna lie to you. But
Okay.
talking to Charlotte's husband Andrade, and
El ídolo.
he says,
Yeah.
"You think this is over for us? You think this is
Yes.
over? It's not over.
Yes.
Over when I said so." That's what he said. Oh yeah, we're done. And he goes, Melo goes,
Oh.
listen,
Oh.
even
Yep. Yeah.
LeBron
Yeah. Yeah.
James had
I did not remember this. He goes, "You
and Charlotte husband
are not LeBron.
responds, "You are not LeBron.
You're
You're not LeBron.
Bronny Jr."
You
Like,
are
yeah,
Ronnie Jr."
that's facts.
And I'm like,
That's
dang,
facts. That is facts. That
dang,
is facts.
they really coming at Melo.
That is facts. That's a crazy thing to say right before you're going to Cleveland, by the way, but that's facts.
He's a heel.
Who?
Melo.
No, I'm saying Andrade, saying that he's Bronny Jr. Even comparing him, like, cause like just being a babyface, but just shitting on Bronny Jr. Anyway, that's such a stray, bro. Cut it out.
Look, I love
Dog is
that they
trying.
did
My
it.
fault. The dog is trying
I
to
love the
chew on his
delivery
blanket, but
of it.
um, not. Bro,
Listen,
that's
listen.
so bizarre, bro. That's a random stray for Bronny James from a babyface, bro.
Does Jax want to make his
Yeah,
debut
he's good.
on the
He's good.
NCW? He's
Yeah, he's
good.
good.
Dang.
He's chilling.
Okay.
He is good.
So I fully expect Melo and Andrade to mix up again next week with Melo coming up on top. Hit him with the first 48 again, Melo.
I think Melo's gonna
And hit him with
come out on top by cheating. Yeah,
yeah. They're
you're
building
not
Melo
beating
up,
Ric
baby.
Flair's son-in-law clean, bro. I had to go along with the Charlotte Flair's husband thing. Ric Flair's son-in-law.
He's royalty now.
Hey, yo, what is this zesty ass Steph Curry celebration I just saw, bro?
Team USA, they getting the
That
dubs.
was a crazy zesty celebration. I'm not gonna lie.
Send it to me. I'm gonna try to look it up. I'm trying to look it up.
It was after like
But then
an Ant Man Ant Man did something, and he did that. But yeah, um, why do they have Terrence Crawford again? Why? Why?
because they're still in his state.
Oh, they were. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, bro.
that's what I mean.
Why?
And he's fighting August 3rd. TKO, whatever.
But he's not.
Whatever the boxing element or the fighting element is of their partnership, he's fighting on their company on August 3rd.
He's fighting on their company.
Yeah, whatever TKO, whoever
TKO.
owns like WWE,
TKO is just UFC though.
not
No,
boxing.
I'm pretty sure there's UFC.
Well, there's a boxing match August
Yeah,
3rd, and they're promoting
I
that
saw
shit.
them. I saw them. I won't say what I was about to say. I saw them riding the match. Heavy, yeah. And I was like, bro, this is enough. I'm also just very like, you could have had like, I don't know, bro. It's just like, it's just so corny now with Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Like, my boy Theory's gonna knock you out. Like, bro, shut up. I'm talking to a boxer, bro. Shut up.
I mean, he got clean clocked, which also like we thought maybe Austin Theory is turning babyface. Looks like Austin Theory just done.
Yes.
Starting
That's the problem too. It's like, when are we going to stop having like that's the problem with long-term storytelling. This is where it becomes a problem because when are we going to literally just face the fact that Theory is just being a straight up dumbass and just literally just going along with this every week for no reason. He should have
for the next month, we
he
need to.
should have literally just turned on him like 3 weeks ago after the
After they lost the time,
yeah,
yes.
like Waller should have blamed Theory for that, and he should have just jumped on Theory and turned on Theory in that moment instead of him.
Theory should turn on Wall.
No, well, no, I don't think so because Theory. I think it would play more into Waller's favor of him putting him
Ethereum,
over as a
Ethereum's
heel
the face.
because Waller kneed him in the face, I think, in that match, and then for Waller to knee him in the face by accident, even though they're just planting the seeds there of them like just basically self sabotaging each other. Waller knees him in the face. He kneed him in the face, and then for Waller to knee him in the face, but then blame Theory still for losing and jump him afterwards would just make him even more of a heel. That's
I
what they
like
should
that.
have done. Or at least for like, not even if they lost the titles, but for their title rematch, they should have done that too. They could have played that in the title rematch too. But instead, they play off of the knee every single week, and then they put him in a tag match against Cody and Kevin Owens.
Which is
And then
fun.
they put them in stupid shit where they get punched by Bot. Bro, just break the tag team up already. Just break them up already. This does not require long-term storytelling because they're not going to be fighting over a title, and they're not going to be fighting over tag titles because they're breaking up. Just break them the fuck up, bro. It's that simple.
It sounds like they kind of needed to complete these segments, though.
I don't think they do because they literally
Is there another heel? Is there another heel tag team that can do these things and eat a pin and be fun? Like the Bloodline is a lot of things. Fun is not really one of them. Exciting, vicious,
I mean when you think about it,
brutal.
the tag teams that they had was Legado, Pretty Deadly, OC. I feel like I'm missing a tag team too. That is also like heel-ish, but I could be wrong. I don't think I am.
Mm.
No, but I'm like, you got three tag teams already right there that are already heels that can just take one.
Now, can they do all those cool things though? Like, can they do the segment with a celebrity? Can they eat a tag? Can they be in a random tag match, main event? Be credible, right? Like
It's not cool
they're
though. Austin Theory has done jack shit since beating John Cena at WrestleMania over a year and a half ago.
he won tag 2 times. That's that's something.
That's it. That's literally it. And they only did that to break up the titles.
Still won it.
They did, but
I get what you're
they
saying, but
literally
still won
did.
it.
Literally, they built up John Cena shitting on this man, saying that literally they don't like you. They don't like you because you're a bad guy. They don't like you because you're not interesting. You're boring. Literally had Cena shit on this man. He still beat Cena. And then for that entire year run from WrestleMania 39 to WrestleMania 40, did nothing.
And as a Cena stan, I know that makes you mad
What do you mean?
because if he's gonna beat Cena, might as well have him do something with it.
It's not even
So
as a Cena stand. It's just like it's the same thing with Solo. They put Solo over Cena, but then they literally have him lose 24/7. Like
I mean, way back when I used to feel a certain type of way when oh man, the names escape me. So you do you remember okay, we're gonna do like 9 degrees separation real quick here. Then I'll wrap up Smackdown segment here. But Xavier Woods is co-host or like yeah, his co-host when he does his
Tyler
live
Breeze,
gaming vlog. Tyler Breeze's tag team partner for the longest was who?
Fandango.
When that dude beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania, I was
Yes, and they did nothing
pissed.
with him.
They did nothing with him. I was pissed. Like, yo, Jericho lost to this guy for what reason? I was
Yeah,
furious, pissed.
yeah. I was livid. That was WrestleMania 29 in New York. Pissed.
That was incredible. You remember you remember it
Hmm?
like that. Oh, but main event time for SmackDown main event. Your girl Tiffany Stratton, Miss Money in the Bank, and the Queen of the Ring against the reigning, defending babyface champion Bailey and Meechin. What's her
Ooh,
thing? This is her thing? Something like that?
whack.
Whatever. Well, before the match starts, Miss Money in the Bank and the Queen of the Ring jump
I
Meechin,
was hoping
which
it
I'm
wasn't
just
going to be
like,
the main event, if I'm being honest. I
why?
thought they were going to. I thought they were going to have a Bloodline segment, and it wasn't going to be like the filmed one that they do. I thought it was going to be like them in the ring. So I thought they were just going to have them just jump Michin, and then just jump Bailey, and they just don't have a match. That's what I thought they were going to do. I would
Well,
I
they
would have been completely.
almost have a
Yeah,
match because they did jump Meechin, but she stayed in it, fought, hard fought match. It was interesting. I'm surprised you didn't want to see it in the main event though. Like it was a great main event. Last week Bailey destroys Tiffany Stratton's case. This week Tiffany Stratton uses that same case to blast Bailey in the face and win the match
mhm.
with. I like the little touch there. Also a little maybe foreshadowing. That money in the brief. I'm so tired. Money in the bank briefcase is looks like it smells some doom and gloom for our champion Bailey.
It's
But
changing. Nia said that she's going to get her a new one, going to get Tiffany a new one.
yeah,
So that pink briefcase is coming.
yeah, it's coming.
I love
It'll be there
custom
for summer.
briefcases. They have to have one every year to sell it online. So
Right. They're gonna debut it for SummerSlam. That's what I'm thinking. Sometimes she's gonna have a fresh new case
she might debut it on.
on the SmackDown
Yeah,
before.
because
Yeah,
if she
yeah,
debuts it at SummerSlam, she's not gonna cash in and win successfully. And I honestly don't think they're gonna have her cash in. Yeah, I think they're just gonna have her hold on to it.
yeah. She's gonna
She's
tease
gonna
it for a
cash
bit.
in successfully, but I don't think she's gonna what's it called it.
Well, so let's do this. Your thoughts on the main event and your grade.
Uh,
I'd give this an A, by the way. It had everything. Had a pre-match jumping, back and forth
yes.
action, both teams in control, a fast finish, a little bit of interference, or not interference, but a little bit of nonsense in the finish with the briefcase. Get Bailey some protection.
I give it like a B plus, A minus.
Hey, you're right there. You're right
I
there. You're right
think
there.
it was just kind of one of those nights for me where I'm like I get very bored when I see constant tag team matches, and last night we saw 6 or 7 of them back to back, essentially.
Last night was heaven. Give me tag team wrestling.
But
I
they
love.
don't have like I'm not opposed to it, but it'd be different if they presented the tag teams that way.
They gotta take it
Yeah, and
serious.
they
That's
don't.
all.
So I'm like, don't shove this shit down my throat. You could have taken 3 of those tag teams out of the gauntlet match. You just wanted to have more TV time for everybody, but it really wasn't necessary. And I kind of wish it was a match between Bailey and Tiffany Stratton, and Tiffany eats the pin instead of it being a tag team match.
You think Bailey goes over at SummerSlam?
Um, who got pinned in that match?
Bailey.
Who pinned her?
Naya.
So that's a problem. They're doing too. I feel like they're doing too much, and I think Gunther said it best, where he said he's not opposed to not being like having matches as much as he normally does. Where he'd have like when he was IC champion, or even after, where he'd have like a match here and there. He's more of like he said that he believes now that less is more because he won King of the Ring, so we see him less. He cuts more vignettes, and every time he shows up and it shows a presence, it gets you more hyped for it. Whereas Nia Jax, I'm just like Nia's already like a big force, a big presence. Like, why do we have to like? I feel like it'd be more I don't know. I'd be okay if we like saw less of Nia Jax in a way, which isn't necessarily to say it's a bad thing, but I think it would be better for the program in a way if we saw less interaction with Nia and Tiffany Stratton together as well.
More, more,
I mean, we've
more.
had the maximum interaction that we possibly could ever since she won Money in the Bank, or ever since she won ever since before she won Money in the Bank, ever since she won Queen of the Ring.
We're not at maximum yet. They don't have a show.
Hmm?
They don't have a show together
What do you
yet.
mean?
Like Kevin Owens show. The
Oh,
Miz,
they
the
don't
one
need a
that he had.
show. She's always on her TikTok. That's they incorporate off camera things now, basically as being canon with WWE. And Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax are always filming TikToks together and shit. I always see them together. They travel. They're travel buddies. They're everywhere together.
That's great. Bring that to the
No,
show.
don't take Showtime up.
Give them a
I hate.
show.
Those shows are like outplayed and corny. My personal opinion.
What?
Like the Grayson Waller effect, all that stuff is like it is cool, but
No, Grayson Waller effect stinks because it's Grayson
I
Waller.
mean Grayson Waller effect, the KO show, it's all very. You can't be a prize fighter, but then have a talk show and just be whatever. It's very played out. I think the only one it really benefits is the Miz because he has that one. He calls himself the A-lister, and I think it's funny because he's superficial because he calls himself the A-lister, but he's in B-list movies and he has a TV show. So it makes sense that he has his own show where he's on TV, and it just fits his character and his gimmick. But for KO, it's like the KO show. It's like, oh, okay,
It's awesome
no,
television that almost no, always leads to a brawl. Every single time. It's amazing.
you don't need that though. You could literally just cut a promo and just have a brawl. It's the same thing, but you just set up all these different props in the ring for no reason.
Because it's
No,
fun. And it's a show in a
no,
show. Oh
it's whack.
boy. If you watch the rest of the match, you be mad just
I don't. I normally just watch it. I'm just very nonchalant about it in a way, but I'm also just kind of like make it make sense. Like make it like when I do invest my time in it, at least like make it like not just like make it seem where it's not like you're trying to just like fill up a show because you want everyone to focus on the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view's coming out in 2 weeks. You're putting all your main attention on the pay-per-view versus like the second to last show before a pay-per-view type thing.
I, I hear what you're saying, but I love me a good show. Give me a good show. Remember Ding Dong Hello?
What the fuck is that?
Bailey Show.
Oh God, I'm so fucking happy I didn't watch that. What the fuck is Ding Dong Hello?
Ding Dong Hello. Exactly. It's amazing. I'm saying these
Don't
segments,
send me
man.
shit. I am not watching that.
I'm sending
I
them.
am
I'm
not
sending
watching that.
all of them.
No,
All of
bro.
them.
That's like only one I've ever watched where I thought it was cool was the what is it? Miz TV is very corny, but it fits his corny gimmick of being like a movie star and saying all these different things about himself and his entrance. It all fits him. I think the only other person that I really like kind of enjoyed it in a way, where I thought it was like funny but like corny, was actually two people. Was the highlight reel with Chris Jericho
Another amazing show.
and
Continue.
I don't know if it was a show, but the Edge and Christian thing that they did. Was it
Show
a show that they had in the ring? I know they had their own show after the fact, but I don't know if they,
on the
yeah, but
network.
I don't know if they had a show in the ring or if they just did that. For like for
Well,
the
so maybe
benefit of
this.
those with flash photography, and then they had their 5 second poses, all that stuff. I don't know if it was just promos or if
Yeah,
it was a
man.
show.
Man, you're listing just heat right
Exactly.
now. I'm trying to think
Those are the
here.
only shows that are actually worth having on TV. If you really want to give somebody a show or it fits their personality, give New Day a show. They should have New Day have a show. instead of KO show.
Uh,
They just did KO show because it rhymes.
look how long it took them to make a serious black tag team. Look how long it took them to take New Day serious. Remember how New Day started as like a happy-go-lucky gospel
They were
group
heels in the
that
beginning.
wasn't like, yeah, a happy-go-lucky gospel group that was totally unaware and just totally out of touch. And the people booed them. They're like, "What do you guys? What the hell is this?" And then they became self-aware essentially and got over.
I
Like New Day should have done a lot more. It took them forever
They did a
to
lot,
get.
but I mean, they were like they did a lot, but they also like
They did host WrestleMania, get themselves over multiple
they hosted
times.
WrestleMania. They hosted SummerSlam, I think, one time, or like they I think the Miz hosted SummerSlam, but they kind of co-hosted with the Miz, and John Morrison. Um, I think the one thing that I'm kind of like iffy on with the New Day,
They did have a show. Now that we talk about it, they did. If it wasn't a show outright, when the three of them were just getting together and start chatting, it was essentially a show.
yeah, but I'd say just commit to the whole thing. Just give them like a poster and stuff. Because the thing with the New Day that I think
Oh,
is, I'm very, we might have different.
Bray Wyatt show, amazing.
It's a show in a way, yeah. I give it that. I give you that. It's not an in-ring show, but it's like a pre-recorded show. Yeah,
It's a show for the show.
that's good. Yeah, Firefly Funhouse. Yeah, but I think the New Day, they're too. It got to a point where I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like I liked them for a hot minute, but then it just got to the point where it's like less about tag teams and more about bootios and unicorn horns. I was like, bro, this is fucking stupid. Like they're literally trolling them basically, but the crowd loves them, so they're gonna buy into this shit anyway.
Oh,
It was just goofy.
you got sour.
What do you mean?
You didn't feel the power.
That's not at all the case. I love all the New Day's matches. I love their tag team matches,
Mm-hmm.
but they just it got to the point where it was just kind of like, all right, bro, like what are we actually doing here? Why are you promoting them as like
And do you
you
know what?
promote like CM Punk when CM Punk wanted ice cream bars. You'll promote stuff like that. You'll promote like John Cena when he wants to do different things. He's on Fruity Pebbles boxes and stuff. Fruity Pebbles is one thing. Giving niggas cereal called Bootios is a completely different thing. Like that's such a Vince thing, bro. And it's probably because he's such a sick fuck that he approved it. That's so random to have Bootio. Like niggas were throwing pancakes in the crowd, bro. You can't take that serious. You can't take
Or
that
when the new
serious.
day comes on, you can have your bowl of bootios, and it all
I'm
makes
a grown
sense.
fucking man. I ain't eating no fucking Bootios, bro. I barely eat Cheerios.
Well, booty holes way better than
Bro,
Cheerios.
it literally sounds like you're saying booty holes, bro. it, it can't. Whenever you say I can't distinguish the difference, that's booty O's is essentially booty holes. Booty O, it's an O. Your butthole makes an O. They're selling butthole cereal, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's
That's
amazing. And the pancake is, man. You're gonna make me watch a New Day match. You're gonna make me watch just a random New Day match. But what was your grade for the SmackDown show? I gave some high grades, so can't be like an F.
you know what? I'm gonna go back and reevaluate my grades.
While you do that, I'll give my grades for the show B plus. The Bloodline, Big Bad still. LA Knight chasing. Mellow Dope Miss. It's not over between him and Ric Flair's Ric Flair's son-in-law, Charlotte Flair's husband, El Idolo,
Idolo.
and Kurt. champion, El
Yes.
Idolo, El Idolo, and current speed champion Andrade. Gonna get that work next week. They furthered Naomi's storyline with Blair Davenport, furthered Bailey and Naomi's story, reestablished Tiffany Stratton. It was a good show. A lot of things were accomplished. A lot of things were accomplished
I
in my opinion.
think
Oh, and Jacob Fatu, we got to see his tag team debut. And shout out to the Street Profits one more time.
I will give this match or I'll give the show C plus. I think the only A match or segment was the Bloodline, and it's just because I finally saw Jacob Fatu have another match. Only thing I was really looking forward to on SmackDown was Jacob Fatu.
Well, I mean, we established that you are not a fan of the great Bianca Belair and Jade tag team, and you think that Melo misses. So it's unfortunate, but you gotta embrace all the storylines or some more storylines. And Cody, there's a lot of people that are missing. Cody's segment, we didn't talk about too much. Cody's interview was very good. I like how he's dropping little seeds of himself. You're not ready for this, Solo. You're not ready.
This is not, bro. He really isn't, and it's very like annoying too in a way because it kind of you can't just like paint Solo to be this like figure. And I get it, like sure part of it is like storytelling, but the other part of it is like this is still in my head not a believable main event at all. No.
I mean, he just main evented the last pay per view.
It was main event because Jacob Fatu was there. Jacob Fatu is the best person in that damn group. And if Jacob Fatu was there before when Roman, bro, can you imagine if Jacob Fatu debuted before Solo and he was in Solo spot? He wouldn't have had the win loss record of Solo. He might have been up there with the aura of like a Roman Reigns as a tribal chief. And if he was the one who became the tribal chief now, it would have been so much more believable. And then seeing somebody like Solo come in would have just been like, what the fuck is this? Solo would have been like they had Tongaloa and then Solo come in too, versus Jacob Fatu coming in. They built Solo up. They built Solo up when he first came in as the enforcer. It's like, okay, cool. Like he dominates shit. He wrecks shit. He injured AJ Styles before and wrote him off TV a while ago, and like all this stuff like that. They'd have him jump off of stuff in the background and like the backstage area, and they'd have him jump off stuff and land on people and injure them. I'm like, okay, Solo's doing his thing. And then he faced John Cena and thumbs him 15 times. And I was like, okay, cool. What are you going to do after this now? What does he do? Loser after loser after loser after loser
I went
after
34.
loser after loser after loser. Why are you building
But
somebody up so big to beat John Cena, then go 0-34, and then once Roman Reigns loses, say losing has consequences? Bro, shut the fuck up, nigga. Let's be so for real, bro. That was the worst storytelling you could have ever fucking done in your life. That was the worst writing you could have ever fucking done in your life. You should have debuted Jacob Fatu earlier and had that nigga take over. Because Solo is not it, bro. I would have 10 times more believed that Jacob Fatu could be taking this title from Cody than Solo is.
Mhm.
Solo's not believable.
So let's give Solo a chance. It's his first title challenge, 1-on-1. Well,
It is.
in Smack,
Yeah.
yeah, Smackdown
Main
it is.
roster.
So yeah, give him a chance. Let's see how he does, and then we'll see. We'll see if he's not credible. I think Solo's gonna
And
surprise
has
you.
Solo never won a fucking United States Championship either?
He's never held gold yet. I'm not for SmackDown and
That
Raw.
that's why I'm like, somebody who's supposed to be such a big fucking enforcer. It'd be crazy if Jacob Fatu got a tag championship on the main roster before Solo got a whiff at a world championship. It'd be crazy if Jacob won a title before Solo did. And Jacob's been on the roster for a month or a month and a half. Crazy.
What if it's not crazy?
Actually, that's wrong. Everyone in the bloodline, if you want to count Tonga Loa having his injury, if you don't count him, they both would have gotten a title opportunity before Solo does on the main roster. Solo
Yeah,
should
I
have been a
mean,
fucking United States champion. Let's be fucking. You had the bloodline, had all the gold. It's Solo killing niggas only to not chase after a championship too. What the fuck are we talking about? If Solo had a previous title run, okay, I believe it. All he was NXT North American champion.
it's not nothing.
It ain't something either. It was 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
I mean, Open Femi, their current North American champion's pretty beast.
Okay. I would believe that Solo Sikoa was more of a threat if he had the size of Obafemi too, but he doesn't. I would believe Solo was more of a threat if he was the same size he was when he was the North American champion, but he wasn't. He's not. Solo is a shell of himself. He's a bubble boy.
We haven't seen Solo in a couple weeks. You know what
That
his
nigga
physique
did
looks
not
like?
lose no weight, bro. That nigga did not lose. Bro, stop. No, 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 no,
We'll see at
no,
SummerSlam.
no.
I think Solo's coming with
No,
the
he's
heat.
not.
Cody's gonna win. Solo's coming
Solo
with
ain't
the
coming with
heat.
shit. Solo's coming fresh off the pudding packs.
So we're gonna review all this, but man, you're saying that
It took you.
Solo is gonna lose.
You remember the last time we saw Roman Reigns?
Yeah, WrestleMania.
I'm talking about before that, when Roman came back and he had some weight on him. He was a little chubbier. He was a chubby tribal chief. Fast forward to fucking WrestleMania, and this man is a Greek god, chiseled. Solo is not putting in that work. Solo would have to be off TV 24/7, 7 days a week for 3 to 4 months to get that and to get in that shape. And he's not going to get there.
He can get back to his
No, he
NXT
cannot.
form.
Jacob Fatu is down to Solo's NXT form, and Jacob Fatu was signed back in November, and he lost 30 pounds from November until when he debuted last month. That's how long it took Jacob Fatu to lose all that weight. So it would take Solo the same amount of time of not being on TV and being able to grind it out consistently to do that. He would have to be at home grinding. He can't be traveling on top of that and eating food in different states. He'd have to be at home on a strict diet and not being the tribal queef that he is. And you can acknowledge that.
Incredibly strong take here from Jordan. Just ripping, ripping
Not don't say our.
our
Don't say our.
or
Don't
now
say our.
tribal
Your.
chief. My tribal chief is Roman
You're saying
Reigns.
our.
I mean, I'm not gonna disrespect Solo to the way you've done.
Solo's a bitch. He
All
can
right,
take
man.
that
When
thumb,
Jacob Fatu goes
shove
at your
it.
door tomorrow, when Jacob Fatu comes, is Jordan home? I watched the MCW yesterday.
Fuck yeah, I'm home, nigga. You're the greatest out of everyone in the group right now.
Nah, You will acknowledge my tribal chief.
Fuck you.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You will acknowledge him.
I acknowledge your tribal chief is Roman Reigns.
Hey, that might give us some pause. Enough time for you to close the door and lock it.
Yeah, bro. I'm so dead ass. They had me at first with Solo. I started to believe him a little bit more when he attacked Paul, and then since then it's just been downhill. It hasn't built up to anything. It hasn't been building
Just
up.
give it time.
It's fucking whack.
Give it
No,
time. Give it
no,
time.
no, no, no. I refuse to believe that Solo Sikoa can do anything with his career at this point. There's no turning back. You beat fucking John Cena. You went 0-34. Now you want to be the tribal chief, but really all you are is a tribal bitch. Let's talk about that. Let me get in the ring and cut a promo on this little nigga. Let me cut him down to size.
Oh. Listen, while you're red hot like this, I feel like we should close it out right here. It's a great segment. We got more recording for tomorrow. We got a lot of editing to do. So another great episode at the MCW.
Man, I'm red hot. Jesus Christ.
Yo, listen. You're hot right now. You're hotter than Liv Morgan, dog. You're hotter than Liv Morgan. Oh man. Listen, I'm Brandon. You can find us at MCW Metro City Wrestling Podcast on Twitter, on YouTube. Check us out, man. We are here for
Everything will
you.
be linked down below. I've been trying to create an Instagram account, but it's literally just will not let me.
We don't need that right now. We just have our Twitter and our YouTube.
I gotta look into making like clips or like shorts for YouTube too, just taking this stuff and making shorts with it. Um, that'll take some time for me to learn because I'm still working and doing schoolwork, so I don't have all the time in the world to just devote it to just straight up
Right.
YouTube, maybe eventually. But as of right now, this is just making it work and trying to learn as we go. It is a learning process, but I think we are making the most out of it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, everything will be linked down below. Gonna be back again for also.
We're getting the most out of this. Like Solo Sikoa is getting the most out of his run as a tribal chief. Let's start off.
Real quick before we sign off, I just wanted to see. So we did our predictions for who we think is gonna win the SummerSlam matches. Um, but now looking at it with Punk and Drew being a special guest referee with Rollins, who do you think is gonna win that match?
Not the mule over, but I do think Drew should win at SummerSlam.
Okay. I um I think so too.
I can still take that though before our next tape.
Huh?
So I can still change that though for our next tape. But I
Yeah.
do think Drew should win.
Yeah, I think tomorrow might be a more clear answer because Seth is supposed to give his special guest referee instructions. So I mean we'll see what that even means, I guess.
What does that mean?
I would love I don't think we were watching back then, but the CM Punk and Wade was it CM Punk Wade Barrett match? And John Cena was a special guest referee.
Was not watching, but I
You saw
saw
the
the clip.
clip. I would love if Seth did something along the lines of that. I think that would be hilarious. I think,
Be fucked up.
huh?
Be fucked up. That's what
It'd be
it would
very
be.
fucked up, but it'd be hilarious. You got beef with both of them? Settle it. What are you gonna do? Hit me? I'm the ref. You'll lose.
Exactly.
Screw it. But yeah, it has been a fun podcast. I have a headache now. Uh, partially because
Right.
I got to eat, partially because I just
Talking about Solo
ripped
Sokoa.
Solo
Got your
a new one. Uh, Solo, if you're seeing this, fuck you. Respectfully.
I mean, for the record, Solo, I do not acknowledge you as tribal chief.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't resent you like my co-host Jordan does, but
I don't
you're not
I
wrong.
don't resent you. I just wish they didn't pick you.
That is
I
indifference.
wish they picked Jacob sooner. I wish Jacob debuted sooner, so they could have picked Jacob instead of you.
That's hate. Yeah, that's hate. It's more than indifference. It's active. It's hate.
It's not believable. But yeah,
Well,
it is what it is. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Let me
yes.
know if I'm crazy, if I'm tweaking or not about the Solo situation, the Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair situation. If I'm tweaking about
Oh, you definitely
Carmelo, I'm
tweak
not tweaking about
it.
Jade, but it's whatever.
Yep.
If I'm not tweaking about, if I'm tweaking about Carmelo, if I'm tweaking about Solo, if I'm tweaking about Tiffany Stratton successfully cashing in, let me know what you think down below. I mean, regardless, I'm still gonna think of my opinion as being just that, my opinion, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So I want to hear what everyone has to say. I want to hear the feedback. Uh, Send this to Solo if he's even active on social media. Send it to Rikishi too, the other clip that we had from Monday Night Raw where I tweaked on Rikishi.
Oh, definitely send that to
I
Rikishi.
I
That's the
have been
man that
tweaking on
go
the
viral.
Bloodline family. I've been tweaking on father and sons for the past 3 hours, maybe more, of recordings. And yeah, I just want to hear what they have to say. If you can get that to them, that'd be crazy.
Ooh. Listen, one of our listeners got us. Just gotta wait on it.
But at the same time, I'm still standing on business of what I said with Rikishi because he still deleted that shit because he knew he was talking out the back of his neck. So it is what it is. But at any rate, acknowledge the one true tribal chief, Roman Reigns, one time for the one time. I'm going to be happy to go to sleep because I'm exhausted. I'm probably going to eat now, even though it's 1 a.m. I'm still going to eat because I have to. I'm just starving like crazy. My sleep schedule is botched, so I'm going to end up editing this video tonight and trying to get it out as soon as possible, editing thumbnails for both videos, uploading them, and then waking up at 9 a.m. to go to work.
The last like 2 minutes of this, you just
I
cut it.
know.
But for Jordan, it's Brandon. Thank you for listening to the MCW. See you soon on our next taping.